In a darker place of the market, Dao boys and girls sit in groups a few steps away from each other, each group having a lead singer. Meeting with a yellow flower here, I want to take the flower back with me. Responding to this sincere and serious love poem, the girls are considerate, but do not reveal their ebullience of heart. Not a yellow flower, a forest flower growing high in the mountains. When it loses its beauty, will you still have love for me? The poem reminds us of the love duet songs and the folk songs of Chongquan in the past. Coming to Sapa, we seem to enjoy some flavors from our own home village. We seem to experience once again nights without moon, stars or light, when we can recognize each other only by singing. When there is no longer the sound of flute and ken, the Sapa love market moves to private corners. On the following day, when the sun rises, the real market opens. This is one of the few terraced markets still existing in our country. Here is everyday Sapa, where we can find fresh green vegetables from Ok Pui Ho, peaches and pears from Tak Bak Street, honey and herbal medicine. Some of these things can be grown in the house garden, but others only in the mountains, a couple of thousand meters high. In the crowded market we will meet women patiently preparing fibre. They bring the Zhao and Hmong brocade products and silver jewellery to sell. These are the best-selling products. They are not just souvenirs but also the talent of Sapa people, Sapa soul and cultural imprints. Apart from the main market, there is a miniature Sapa in the town. This is the flower garden at Hamzong Mount. The orchid garden at the foot of the mount lies behind a forest. 300 different species of orchid in the Huanglian Sun range are collected for visitors to enjoy or to buy and take home. In the orchid garden, flowers with various colours of the 3 different climatic zones are seen everywhere along the path or between the stones. Indeed, there are flowers in Hamzong Garden all year round. The restaurant in the garden serves all the dishes of the Hmong, Zhao, Zai and Thai groups. On the stage of the ethnic minority culture house, rites, games and songs are performed. Tourists can dance, play games and discover more. Local people who pass by will stop to recall the Spring Festival in the past. Sometimes the performance is outdoors in the clouds. Listening to the music, visitors think of the fairies' home. Joining the line of people, we go to the stone garden. Up high on the mountain is a dragon-shaped stone leading to Fansipan. Further down are stones of different shapes. Visitors have named the stones after their strange shapes. The frog, Buddha, the chessboard, the breaking stone. Guided by the Hmong ladies to cross the two heaven gates, we reach a deep stone. The path is so narrow that we think stone walls touch our body, but a surprise comes when we suddenly encounter the stone walls. The panorama of Sapa is before our eyes, and we look out at the cloud yard, feeling pure. From here we have the vision of the three parts of the landscape of the mountain range in Indochina: Ta Kan, Tan Highlands, Phan Xipang and Nam Cao Ho. The Muang Hua Valley lies between these parts, looking like a ship whose highest section is the town of Sapa. It is interesting that after a few hundred steps we feel that we have done the same hard job as climbing Phan Xipang. From here, the difference is that Sapa is not small, but not far away from the vast and large mountain. Here is clouded Sapa in the highlands. Leaving Sapa, we have just purified ourselves. Large mountains, fresh air and friendly people help us to kiss away our worries, tiredness. Only the happy memory stays in our innocent hearts. Sapa invites us to come back. The pine trees in line are waving goodbye to us. We want to respond to the pine trees as the people did in the past. You, pine trees, stay in this heaven. I go back with my beautiful love. Sapa, love, we will certainly come back to this kingdom of clouds.